Alejandro, thank you very much for being here today. A pleasure seeing you again and having the opportunity to listen to your thoughts. You are the Vice President, Development Caribbean and Latin America business for Marriott International, a very important international brand. Now, let's talk about hospitality, of course, and this is one of the most interesting sectors after COVID. If we suffer so much during COVID, after COVID, we really like what we see, I suppose. Can you tell us about the new projects or projects that are being consolidated in Latin America in 2025? And if you are looking to introducing new brands to the region?
Yeah, we are. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. Yeah, I mean, since 2020, really, the hospitality industry in general has really performed really well from all segments, from the mid-scale segment to the luxury one. And we are very, very happy to what we have done in the last few years in terms of growth. My responsibility within Marriott is the growth of hotels, whether it's new build or conversions through our more than 30 brands that we have. And we cover all the different segments. Again, from the mid-scale segment, which is with our brand that we bought in Mexico, City Express, to the ultra luxury like Ritz-Carlton, St. Regis, etc. And just as an example, last year we signed about 70 transactions in the Caribbean, Latin America. Obviously, some of them are small hotels, etc. But that really puts the region in the map, right? And some of the recent openings that we had in 2025 are, for example, the St. Regis in Capcana, which is a beautiful hotel in the luxury segment, really, really nice hotel. We just opened a luxury collection in Riviera Maya in Mexico, which was a conversion of an existing hotel, an existing asset, a small 100-room hotel, all-inclusive, very nice hotel there. We opened the Ritz-Carlton Reserve in Costa Rica in the Peninsula of Papagayo. It took a while to build, new build construction. And yeah, and then in terms of new openings in 2025, we're excited that we're going to open the Moxie in Tulum.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be opening another and actually in the hotels that we open another interesting hotel in San Miguel de Allende as well, which is an interesting market. And for new openings, besides the Moxie in Tulum, we're also going to open some 3 City Express in Nicaragua. And we're going to open several hotels throughout the year. But we're very excited about these 2 specifically because Moxie, I think, is a brand that is it's a select service brand, but it's in the lifestyle segment. And I think it has a lot of potential in the Caribbean, Latin America region. And it's going to be the first one to open. So we're very excited about that. And we're always excited to enter into a new market, Nicaragua, for example. And the City Express brand allowed us to go into that market. So I think in general, we're very positive about where the industry is going. We are compared to this quarter of 2025 to the quarter of last year, our RevPAR, which is ADR times occupancy, which is our revenues, they increased about 7% year over year. Of course, we're very cautious about what's happening out there with the macroeconomic situation. We're paying attention to what's happening in the U.S. because that impacts most of the region in the Caribbean, Latin America, especially when you look at the Caribbean, when you look at Mexico, and when you look at Costa Rica. So we're looking at the inflation, unemployment, and obviously if the economy in the U.S., if the consumption slows down, and we just spoke about in one of the panels, that's something that we're looking at. But so far, the pace of bookings are looking good for the summer. We're just hoping that the trend continues.
You mentioned several projects, and I can only imagine 70 new projects as well as a lot. But is there any region or city where you see a stronger demand for hospitality at the moment? If you had to highlight one single one, what would that be?
Well, it's difficult. All the region is it's important, but I think the beauty of the Caribbean, Latin America is that not all the countries behave the same, and some of the countries are in which we grow are very the conditions are there to grow at certain time, but then other countries are not in that position. So it's kind of ups and downs in the region. What I can say is that right now, where we're more active in terms of countries overall is clearly Mexico, Brazil because of the size. But interestingly enough, we're growing significantly in Costa Rica. It's a country that we're growing. Dominican Republic, we're growing, and even Argentina. So if you look at our growth in the short term, we're growing in those countries that where we are very active. And within those countries, especially, is market by market and segment by segment. But I would say in general, I think the segments that are interesting to us in terms of growth today are clearly all-inclusive. We started all-inclusive in 2019, so we're relatively new to the industry of all-inclusive. We have about 31 properties today open and about 20 hotels under design and construction in all-inclusive in the region, the Caribbean, Latin America. So we're encouraged about that. We're also focused on mid-scale. We acquired, again, City Express in 2023. That gave us the opportunity to become the largest hospitality hospitality company in the Caribbean, Latin America in terms of open hotels. So we have almost 540 hotels open today and about 181 projects under design and construction. So mid-scale is really important for us. Was a segment that we were not there. As you're from Brazil, and you know that segment, the economy segment, has grown significantly. I think another segment that we're looking at is extended stay. We came up with this product that is targeted to multifamily, so apartments for rent. So we have something that is called Apartments by Marriott, which is very interesting. And leisure is always important for us throughout the region, depending on the countries again. And finally, conversion of existing hotels. So I think if you look at our strategy going forward, those are some of the main areas that we're focusing on.
Very interesting. And I want to ask you a final question, Alejandro, talking about technology in both aspects. First, technology about construction. And the second part, I want to know if you guys are using artificial intelligence already to run your business, or if there's any team dedicated to look into how AI can impact your business. And again, constructions as well. Anything that you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question because I think AI is gonna revolutionize how we do business, right? I think today we do use it for certain basic things that, when you're trying to book a reservation and things that are very obvious to you. But I think where the industry is going is really that you're gonna be able to behave and be able to give that service to the guest in a different way. So yeah, we have a dedicated team that is looking at technology, not only from the room perspective and things that the room can detect when you are in your temperature, things that is gonna be an intelligent room, but really how the customer experience is, right? Now, having said that, I think the personal touch in the hospitality industry is still very important, and also depends on the segment. If you're in a business hotel, you probably the last thing you want to do is spend time in front desk and doing check-in and check-out. So that's going to be more talking about technology. It's going to be more seamless. But if you go into a vacation and you wanna, you're gonna go to a resort, there's gonna be always that human touch. So to answer to your question is yes, Marriott is focusing technology a lot. We have a full team dedicated to this. And just to give you an example, which is very interesting, we have a space we're based in Washington, D.C. That's where the company was born almost 100 years ago. Our Fair Hotel, we opened in 1957, and our headquarters still in Washington, D.C. And we have a live laboratory where we prove all this new technology for not only from the rooms, but public areas. And it's almost 10,000 square feet that we have there. And we test, it's a physical lab. And we also have model rooms for most of our brands in which we basically implement all these new technologies that many times we invite owners, we invite architects, sometimes we do competitions in order to create something innovative for our hotel. So I think the guests are always looking for what's next, and especially with the new generation that is becoming more outspoken about traveling and discovering the world.
Perfect. Alejandro, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.